Welcome Brawlers, I'm DJ Hermit, and today we're going to be playing Elsha Threefold Master. For a blue, a red and a white, we get a 1-1 legendary Jin Monk, trample Prowess, and when she hits our opponent, we create that many 1-1 Monk tokens with Prowess. So we also have Monastery Mentor and Lam, which seem to have been the inspiration for Elsha. And our other only creature is going to be Fury, just so we can use it as removal. I guess the main plan for this deck is to cast very cheap spells, some of which can give Elsha herself haste and a little boost in power, and play some removal, keep up some counter spells, so that we grow the board. Or at least we make a board that we can sustain for long enough to get our opponent to 0 life. That said, we also have some permanent buffs for Elsha in World Leader's Call, Wedding Announcement, Flowering of the White Tree, as well as Porcelain Gallery / Dotmaker Shop, which can make every creature we have base power and toughness equal to the number of creatures we control. We can also choose with Frostcliff Siege to give our creatures +1/+0, trample haste, or if we feel we need more card draw, whenever one or more creatures deal damage to our opponent, we draw a card. The rest, like I said, is going to be some removal, so Elsha can go through a couple of rats, since we want to develop some mana until we can hit immediately with Elsha, so the reds can help clear out the board, make sure we get through. Invasion of Kovakan, just a little bit of disruption. Some card advantage, consult the star charts, pull resources, stock up. Even Tome of the Infinite, Memory Deluge, Werewolf No Thought, Treasure Cruise, Dig Through Time. And finally some counter spells. Memory Lapse, Wash Away, Tale's End. And we already saw the last one, Dovin's Veto. We're also trying a couple of enchantments in Search for Ascanta's, Standstill. I don't think Standstill might be ideal in this deck, but if we can manage to clear the board and play Elsha, Standstill will make sure we draw 3 cards when our opponent tries to remove it. So that's the deck. Now let's head into the queue, cast some non-creatures, make some monks, get some power triggers going. Prime Speaker Sekana. Simic doing Simic things, and we don't have a play until turn 2, so if they have a mana dork here, it will live longer than it should. Okay, Ponder, that's fine. Equal to the greatest power. So maybe they are just regular Simic, maybe they are Simic big creatures. They will try to ramp, then play some big creatures. Then play Sagana, draw a bunch of cards. Tarmogoyf. Ooh, okay, that's a sorcery, so we can actually kill it with Chain Lightning, I think. Yeah. They play Flare of Cultivation. I guess we will play Werewolf No Thought. This means our opponent will be able to deploy a threat. Monk. Spare Origins. Surveil 2, and they need to pay 4 to Survey 2 again and get the saga. No land, so let's consult. Actually, this needed to be blue. Even if they counter it, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, if we were to cast Lightning Bolt in response, that would still be the second card. I guess let's kill the fairy here. An opponent will not be happy by us drawing a bunch of cards. Utopia's Brawl. We have 3, maybe 4. I guess Agnicola will help us get to dig through time. Tawara. Okay. Actually, let's play Whirlwind here. Lana Genesis. Sure. So there, Otawara was essentially just a tempo hit, which we are okay taking. Esper Origins. Let's put that on the top. Okay, they seem to have a counter spell, but you can't refuse. Chasm Skulker. And we Wrath of God. They're gonna... they'll send. Okay, that was enough. We didn't have a haste here for Elsha, but just World Leader's Call would be enough, I think. We officially turned the corner thanks to Whirlwind of Thought. GG's, Segana. GG's. Camillo Field Researcher. Well, I think we need more lands than this. Yeah, we shouldn't risk it. Okay. We might not need the Soul Cauldron, or it might be helpful. Probably it's the not need category here. So are they control? Or... Do they run creatures? Because we are okay. Tyrant of Oraska. Let's kill that. So maybe they are Merfolk. Makes sense. The colors. They want to get as many Merfolk, and there is not a banned Merfolk commander in Arena. Yeah, unfortunately for our opponent, we untap. Oh, okay, I guess this doesn't work because we don't have a mountain. But regardless, if we had 6 mana, untap, unlock. Everyone becomes a 5/5, 6/6, and we would make 9/9 tokens. Or 12/12 tokens, something like that. GG's, Tamillo. I really think they were Merfolk. Yeah, okay. Very much. I was curious to see their deck. Dark Faden. Okay, this might be what we need. I guess we want another white source at some point. But getting to Memory Deluge seems like a plan. Do they run their commander here? I don't think they should. It's my command. Okay. I guess maybe we could run something like an Arset, Barter of Veils. Not a bad card.
I'm a talented improviser.
Here we want to make sure our opponent doesn't have removal. But because of the Ghost Vacuum, they are going to have priority. Well, I didn't mean removal, I meant a counterspell. So let's take both of these. And you. 4 damage to deck. Yeah. Serum Snare. I guess we have to counter it. Even if we get the snare, we bounce their vacuum and proliferate, but with no targets. Summit 0.
Too much heat. I'm out.
Bribery. Ooh, I guess they take Lam. Yep, that's gonna sting a bit. We play Flowering, but I think we want to keep up the other two spells. Ah, do they have Pyrokinesis here? That would be annoying. Okay, they do. GG's. Yeah, they're gonna cast their Vacuum. That can probably play a land. They already make a big board, so hoisted by our own Lam. GG's. Dobin Ban. I guess this will depend on if we resolve Search and or Whirlwind of Thought. There we go. Let's play Invasion of Kopakan. For Spike, Strict Serenade, One Shitong. We take One Shitong. Okay, that's good for us actually. Maybe. Let's go for Flowering, I think. So they get their first Spike out of the way. Dobin Ban. Do they plus or minus? Minus. Okay.
Advantage mine.
Oops, that's only creature. I guess we need to flash there. GG's. Yeah, not getting the land, definitely far from ideal, and the fact that this would only hit creatures, more salt on the wound, and obviously the counterspell, the amount of counterspells was just too much for us to recover. GG's. And Yanni, Lord Winajani. Interesting. Let's keep Lightning Ball up, I think. Pearl Medallion. Opponent plays a Jenny.
I can help you find your path.
My
allies stand strong.
Let's stock up. Land. Takayani, seems like they have removal for Lam. It goes to the bottom. Unfortunate.
Side by side we fight.
Cosmos Elixir. Let's play the Sim Rip. Hit their token. Or maybe with their medallion. Play Dollmaker Shop. Stand still. To at Tajani, to at our opponent. And all of this board state is pretty much thanks to one single lamb, so we're already in card advantage. They take the tokens, but not the original monastery. Oh, I guess they take our room then as well. Rip apart and destroy target artifact or enchant. And I think we want white or leader's call. Yang Chen. They take one of our mentors. Gain some life. And yeah, we just unlocked the gallery. We have 5/6/6s thanks to World Leader's Call. And that kills our opponent. Good game, Sayani. Nib Miset Baroon. They go first, so let's make the most of our land tax. It seems like they have a lightning bolt. Let's play you and Arcane Signet. Glorian Reveal. Yeah, I think we don't have that many ways. Maybe I could include a couple of them. I just wanted to be cost efficient, but we don't have that many ways to get rid of a Nib Miset. Well, at least ones that don't draw them cards. Seems like we might be able to get all of our basics at some point. So, okay. I said that and we immediately draw Unable to Scream. I mean, I said the thing about Nip Miset. I think I removed the other one, Witness Protection, just because. Treasure draw 2 card. Just because they make the creature into a 1/1. And any power is kind of not ideal. It's invasion here. Three steps ahead. Seems like they might have Force of Negation still. Okay, maybe not. Flip out the back. Galvanic Blast, Voice of Victory. And I guess we might try to steal their Nip Miset with Invert Polarity. Don't know if it would work though, so... Or maybe we just search for Ascanta. Let them have it. Oh, okay, I am a liar. Sorry about that. Yeah, I figured at the end of the day, I guess, if they only have one creature, Elsha becomes a 2/2, they cannot essentially block with their own one. And we have no more basics. Sure. Do we want to lash on the invasion? I think so. Now all of our creatures will enter with hexproof. I guess so. And because this is a cast trigger, we also get it. We get 2 cards out of the deal. Ooh, I guess 3 because of the one on the lash. So we will discard. Something, I guess. Dig through time. Maybe we counter that one. And we get it for ourselves. Lam, Legend of Kuruk. We shall discard you and you. I guess 3, so another one. Agnaquada. Goldspan Dragon from opponent. Transform. Here we Lam. Think we Witness Protection here. Slip out the back. And finally, Talisman. Opponent needs to answer this board, or I guess they have 4 mana left over after Nip Miss It. So that's definitely not nothing. Yeah, if they go for Voice of Victory. Fires of Victory, I mean. Okay. Galvanic Blast. Target one of the tokens. Oh, I guess we didn't need to do that. This would die, but this is 2 damage now, so... Yeah, my bad. Spike, sure. Okay, the 4 with for Dispelling Exile. And here, what do we do? We could go for some Kuruk, Emperor. Okay. I guess Emperor gives us more options, so... Talk up from opponent. Yeah, we can deal. Now they would only have 5 mana, so... If it's not a 5 damage to every creature... Solve the equation. What do they get? Pyroclasm? That doesn't fully stop us. Fire magic. Yeah, I'm afraid it's a little too late. Play Wandering Emperor. Spike Field Hazard. Are you sure about that, opponent? Yep. Instant speed concession. We take those. Yeah, we were going to have enough creatures, and I guess just probably a couple of spells. Kill our opponent. Good games, Nip Miss It. Salas in the Ransut, and I think they definitely beat us in a fair game. Flame Braider, okay. We surveil here. Alright. This becomes red mana, and we kill the Flame Raider. Glimpse the impossible. Let's play Grips. Or maybe we play Elsha here. If we untap, and we will go from there. Well, unable to scream on Salacinder, it's our target, our plan, followed by lightning grips. Opponent has 7 mana, maybe 8 with Salacinder. Birky. I guess we offered the trade. One and two. Yeah. Even if they jump, we still get 1 token. Here they can try to flame and recast their commander. Well, yeah, I think they can. But do they have... Okay, a tap land. So if they do that, that's all they are going to do. Amphibian Downpour. Okay. Let's reliquary. If they play something here to protect Berge, we can sear it and then play the grips. Otherwise, we go for Kuruk. Redirect lightning. Sure, but you still need to control the thing. Yep. That's not how it works, opponent. Sorry to tell you. Oops, indeed. Strike it rich. They are pretty much empty-handed here. We have everything in our favor. And they concede. I don't think I would call it a shame scoop technically, but we definitely were winning. They knew about Kuruk, and they were about to find out of the Wandering Emperor. We were going to play it, plus, and we could keep 0 for their commander. Good games. Hidetsugu and Kairi. They are a combo deck, so we need a way to stop the combo. I guess taking their commander might be a decent way. Stopping the ramp could also work. What do we want to find with expressive iteration? Probably another counter. Ooh, opponent thinks we might have Stifle, but they risk it. We don't run Stifle, so. What? Do they play a rock here? I think they should be. Okay, they don't. Let's iteration. Try to get a land. Trying to find something for their commander. Or I guess not. Fair enough for Spike. Keeping us honest. We are going to consult on their end step. We just need to keep digging, hitting land drops, and keeping up invert polarity. Memory lapse. Okay. Mana leak. And we have 2 counter spells, so let's run our commander. Wash away. All counter spells all the time from opponent. Ponder. High market. Yeah, a little redundant with Phyrexian Tower. Which is fine, I guess. And in case you don't know, the trick with Hidetsugu and Kairi, you have a sacrifice outlet, hopefully one that you can use repeatedly, so something better than the lands. Then you play your commander, brainstorm, get something on the top that can reanimate, and just sacrifice loop until you get tired. Earthtide Resurrected. At least we get to draw a card. Unfortunately, this means our opponent has a threat, but it's only a 3-2, so game is far from over. That said, they are kind of slow, so I did remand our counterspell. And they can just beat us with their commander now, which is really big. Kind of unfortunate, maybe I needed to not play Elsha, but the board was empty, so... Ooh. They're stamped. Yeah, and now the clock is only 2 more turns. Let's play Elspeth here. And I guess we destroy Hidetsugu. They can sacrifice it or something. But then if they have a reanimation spell, we try to eat it with the Soul Cauldron. Okay, they send it away. They have Toxic Deluge.
This is not the end.
Full resources, okay. We're going to give our opponent a fish because we can take it with Simrip. Put and torch the tower. Let's torch Ertai. And now the board is back empty. We get restoration. Let's try to get it for ourselves. Ooh, nice. Let's Kuruk. And I feel we'll have turned the corner. Treasure Cruise. And do you counter it, opponent? Well, do you counter our memory lapse is the question. Yep, they do. So, decline. Decline. Let's play our commander. Try to attack. Three steps ahead. It seems like our opponent might be running out of counter spells, but we could be wrong, obviously. Hopefully we might be able to get an extra turn with Kuruk somewhere in the near future. Fury. Play the shop. Which means we get a couple of tokens. Memory Deluge. They even have enough mana for flashback. Yeah, so even if we were going to try to eat it, they respond by flashing it back. Languish, I guess. Yeah, we cannot save Kuruk here. Orcish Bowmasters. Let's play Whirlwind of Thought and pass. Brazen Borrower. Okay. Yeah, we are in more trouble now, so let's try to get some value. Stock up from opponent. Oh, let's play Search for Ascanta. And I think if we don't... Right, forgot about that. So, we might lose now. I was hoping we could get a free Fury here. But, yeah, we didn't draw a red card. GG's. Yeah, and the only downside of this deck, I mean this game, It was okay, but our opponent just was taking too long to take their turn, so... Hope you get better at it, opponent. Go Ben. Let's mulligan. Okay, we have Seer, Prismatic Command. Do they have... Okay, they don't have Gemstone Caverns, it seems. They probably were thinking about their mulligan. Let's get the talisman. Invasion. Malcolm, Alluring Scoundrel. Strix. I guess we can take their Lorien Reveal. This way, they need to draw a land naturally. Which they might be able to do with this Strix, so... Oh, they just drew it off the get-go. Let's play World Leader's Call. I think they will make us discard with the command and destroy our talisman, so... If that's the case, we should... send Lam away, I think. Link to those to gain life, not draw a card. Maybe they made them. Bobbin. Treasure and 2 damage. And we have a land. So what we want to see with our surveil here is some card draw. Yeah, something they cannot counter with Delcent. Moonshadow from opponents. And they will escape their Phoenix. Well, Bestow, I mean. Oh. Ooh. Let's get the Tome here, and I got a Soul Cauldron. start eating our opponent's graveyards. On Earth. Let's see what we get with the Tome of the Infinite here. Probably removal is our best. Dark Ritual could also work. Fog is just barely. Okay. They played their Phoenix here, which means Malcolm grows. Wrath of Gods. Sure. And I guess we'd cling to Dust here. Maybe we should have waited because they can play. Yeah, I just realized they could play their Snapcaster on Earth and get back one of their creatures. Oh, they have Treasure Cruise then. Let's Arcane Signet. Let's see what we have. Swords to Plowshares. Okay, not bad. They run their Snapcaster here. Let's see that. Ooh. They're making soldiers with Elspeth. And we are in it, finally. After some tribulations. Troll of Khazad-dûm. Light of Hope. think we need to run Elsha first, see if they counter it with Delcent. Oh, double Light of Hope. Then let's plus. Put down. Put a counter on Elsha. Means calculation. Okay, but you still lose your cut down for nothing. Inquisition. Let's kill the Snapcaster. Do you have a piece of removal here, opponent? Ooh, not in the top 2, but maybe the third one is the charm. We triple block because we have to. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Conjure, then draw and discard. Actually, land tax. Combat, transform, invasion. And that was good enough. Yeah, that... I guess they didn't really play... Well, they kind of show us their hand when they were keeping up the tail's end. They kept it up for so long that they tried to get a little cute with it. But in the end, it just backfired on them. It was a risky play. Kind of a smart play, but it didn't pay off, so... Good games, Coven. And that's gonna be it for today. A little bit of a longer video, but mostly because that Hidetsugu and Kairi opponent was probably one of the slowest players in all of Arena. I mean, probably not in all of Arena, but definitely one of the slowest players, I think, in the entire channel. That might be true. But at least we got a little palette cleanser with the previous game, Goben Flim. Yeah, that one. Well, a little bit better. Even though they were Not the fastest, it was a fun deck, a fun game, I guess. And like I said earlier, maybe standstill might not be ideal. Definitely the best changes would be more card advantage, maybe a couple of the lands that generate some advantage. The gates could be, but we want to keep a decent amount for land tax, so I think let's just do that right here. And at one of each. Two more. Okay. And with those changes, I think we're in a good place. But if you need more removal, or like I said, more card draw, you should try to go for that. Maybe you could even replace Mother of Runes for a one-turn protection spell, but I think the fact that Mother of Runes can protect itself is definitely helpful. And you could try running some damage-based wrath instead of destroying wraths. Maybe even one Sunfall, depending on your needs. But I'm happy with the way this deck turned out. So thank you for watching, I'm the Hermit, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.